Hey guys, MaxLPQueen here, and welcome to my Corsairs Stronghold run that I'm doing on my Gunner class. So, I had a few people asking me when I started uploading some of my Brawler runs that were through dungeons and Battlegrounds and stuff, that I should do some on my Gunner, because I have been playing a lot with my Gunner on the leveling guide and different things like that. So I thought I would run through a few dungeons as well as do a battleground with her so that you guys could see some different things from me, of course, as well as some different run-throughs of different dungeons with different types of course, characters and playstyles, which are all different for every class in the game. So I thought it would be good to go ahead and go through and do some of that with you guys for my Gunner. And I wanted to do the Corsairs Stronghold run because as of right now, Corsairs is kind of a big deal. It is a good place where you can get your gear up and your starting gear and things that you need for your PvP. So if you are a PvPer, then this is definitely a good starting place for you, because the more you win, the more materials that you gain for your class and for your gear, your PvP gear, so that you can upgrade it to better gear if that's what you want to do and you want to go for PvP. So, there's not much that I can really explain in terms of Corsairs. It's kind of straightforward. So you'll either start on defensive side or you will start on attacking side. And as you can see, we are starting on the defensive side. So our main goal is to prevent the other team from getting it to our Archstone, which is in the center. You can see it up there on the map, the little mini map in the upper right corner, that big blue looking thing, that is our Archstone, and we want to prevent the other team from getting in and destroying it. So everyone has their different formations and their different things that they're going to want to do in different teams. But normally it's pretty straightforward. You need to basically listen to your leader. I can't stress that enough, because a lot of people seem to not do that, and you lose a bunch of Corsair Strongholds because you don't do that. So my main goal here first was to go out to the outer gates, because they decided to attack our outer gate first, and I believe it was our south gate. We have a south gate and a north gate. The north one they decided not to attack, so they went to the south. Basically my main goal is to stop them from destroying the gate, and if they do manage to destroy the gate, usually they will go mid, and this is mid right here, what our leader is talking about, to get to mid, because they're going to want to come and take your mid so that they have an easier time getting to the inner gate and destroying it, or getting in through your ladders if they're not stacked. So once the outer gate goes down, if their team decides to go to mid, you want to try to just stop them from getting mid. That's what you want to do. You want to take them out so that they have to be forced to respawn back at their respawning location that they had when they were taking down the first gate. And if you manage to take down their respawn location as well, which you can see there on the mini-map, we have someone over there by the south gate on that resurrection point trying to take it down so that the team cannot respawn there. It makes it even harder, because then they have to go back to the starting base area in order to respawn back and get to mid. So as you can see, it turned red. That means that we didn't stop them from keeping it, but we did stop them from taking mid. It's still blue, so it's still us, but they've decided to go and destroy inner gate so that they can get in through there and destroy the Archstone that way. And as you can see, it kind of might be a little hard on the minimap to tell, but we have a left ladder and a right ladder, and you have to make sure that all of your team has a formation. So either if it's 3-1-3 or 4-1-4, that means you're going to have 3 people per ladder and 1 situated in, I believe that's mid, 3 for left ladder, 1 for mid, 3 for right ladder. So since if you have your ladders stacked, then you shouldn't have to worry about anything, because your opponents will try to get up through the ladders to get in. But if you have your ladders stacked, I should say, sorry. If you have your ladders stacked, then you don't have to worry about that. All you'll have to worry about is stopping them from getting to the inner gate and destroying it. So our main goal right now, if you can see our leader there trying to talk to us about it, is telling us that we need to destroy them, or well, stop them from destroying the inner gate, because now you can see they have destroyed it and they're coming inside, and they're going to be able to attack Archstone now, which is what you don't want to do, because you want to hold them off as long as possible if you can, and you want to prevent them from destroying the Archstone so that you have a better chance of winning and defeating the Archstone yourself when it's your turn to attack and not defend. So when you come into this area here and they've defeated your ladders, if your ladders weren't stacked, or if they've taken down the gates, if your gates were able to be knocked down, you're going to want to choke them, basically. Not like literally choke them, but yeah, you're going to want to have the full team get inside and destroy everyone that they possibly can to prevent them from killing your Archstone, knocking it down, and completing the round. You see the little percentage there on the right side, and that shows our Archstone and theirs. Ours being at 8% now and going down as much as possible. And your siege cannons are definitely important too. You want them facing the Archstone or the door, whatever your leader prefers, to stop them from coming in or stop them from killing the Archstone and taking it down. As you can see, we didn't manage to stop them from getting the Archstone down, but we didn't do too bad as far as the time is concerned. We did hold them off a bit, so it is going to be kind of tough to get in there and take out the Archstone, but we do want to try to get a plan in place to take it down quicker than they did. That's basically our goal, because now we are on the offensive instead of the defensive, which means we're going to be attacking and trying to take down their Archstone before the little timer runs to 0. And depending on how much you stalled them in your defense phase, that's how much time you have to take down their Archstone. So I think it looks, I don't know, I can't really tell too well because I'm post-commentating this and I've already recorded it, but I think it looks about right, like 6 minutes and 49 seconds, almost 7 minutes we have to get in, which is very tight. And it's very, very hard sometimes if you don't have a plan and you don't have a good leader. So make sure you have a good leader, you have a good plan, and it should not be too bad. So looks like our goal here is going to be Southgate 2020, which means everybody goes to the Southgate to burn it. When he said burn, it means take down the Southgate as fast as possible with your whole team. Sometimes they might say 15, 20 Southgate, 5 NS, which means North Ship. And there's some ships that you can go on, and you can try to sneak into the base, and you can try to attack the Archstone without the other team knowing. Also, there is SS, which is South Ship, and if you go on the South Ship, then you can go into the go in there at the same time as well and try to get through their defenses. It's basically like a covert mission type thing. If someone says SS or NS and they say like, hey, party 2, go in NS, that means everybody in party 2 will go in the North Ship, and they will depart from the North Ship and try to sneak their way into the base and take out the Archstone before we even get to the get inside the gates, which can be a distraction and which can help you out. So we're going for Northgate or Southgate all. So we are all attacking the Southgate as fast as possible so that we can try to get it down as low as we possibly can, as quickly as we possibly can. And one thing that they mentioned about sieges is that you want to take those siege cannons and post them right there in front of the gate, because that's going to help your team out, because whenever the opposite team takes down those siege cannons, it can be harder for them to attack your team. So we're going to focus on not PvPing here. That's what the other team is going to do. The other team wants to focus on making us PvP so that they can distract us from getting that gate down. So when we were on defensive, we wanted to make their team PvP more, so that they would not go and attack the gates and they would basically end up losing because they wasted their time PvPing when they should have been PvEing by destroying the gates and getting down the gates and going in to attack the Archstone. So for us, we're not going to PvP this round. That's the goal. The goal for us is not to PvP, it is to get down those gates as fast as possible and do what the leader says, basically. So once you die, you need to respawn in your respawn location. And obviously you can tell that someone is trying to take our respawn location. As you saw, we were trying to do that in the previous round. So you can see we will respawn at the base area where we started if we're not able to keep that resurrection point there. But now that we're in, the gate's down, we've got it down in about 2 minutes, which we're doing pretty good on time so far. Now we're going to head over to mid, and we are going to try to take that from this team so that we can get an easier time getting it inside if we die. So if we die, we can resurrect at the mid area instead of resurrecting outside, which would mean less travel distance and more time to attack the gates or whatever our team decides to do. So when you come in, first thing you want to do is try to destroy those siege cannons, because they are going to be very difficult to take out, and they're going to do a bunch of damage to you while you're trying to attack mid and take it over. Because each time they hit you, you have to start over from getting your mid point. But as you can see, we came in, we took them out, and we got mid taken care of, so now we can resurrect here when we die. The next thing we're going to want to do is go to inner gate, because our raid leader is saying go to the inner gate. So we're doing good on time here. I think we still have about 3.5, almost 4 minutes left to get down the gate. So if we can get down this gate in 2 minutes, it's pretty much GG, and it is a win for our team. Now, this team is going to be doing basically what we just did. They're going to be trying to force us to PvP so that we do not take down the gate, and then we actually end up fighting them and wasting all of our time so we don't get to the Archstone. But if you have a good team and you have a good leader and you listen to your leader, then you're obviously going to end up with a victory, okay? Because the inner gate will go down quick if everyone sticks together and attacks it, basically. That's what we want right now. So let's see if we can do it, basically. Because we're at 40% right now. I mean, I think we got it, basically. There's not much more I can really explain. Because once it's down and you get inside, it is all over, baby. And as you can see, sneak inside. So if you don't guard your ladders, you can sneak inside through the ladders. And you don't have to worry about the gate. Which is what we did. But now they've stacked it, of course. Still, it's not really gonna matter. Because basically, once you attack the Archstone, pretty much a secured win. So we kind of just abandoned the gate, basically. But sometimes that works. Sometimes, leaving the gate can actually end up with a win if they don't have their ladders stacked. So there you have it. That is a successful run of the Corsairs Stronghold. We actually managed to win the game before the time ran out. Victory! And clutch the win. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I will see you in the next one, whatever we do, but Hope you enjoyed my Corsairs Stronghold run.